For your Tuesday, we'll have some snow showers hanging around and high temperatures struggling to see that freezing mark. I'll have full details on your forecast coming up next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the Marquette City Commission has made a big decision about shelter space for the homeless. Plus, more on the Escanaba solar farm that's in its beginning stages in Escanaba. And President Trump is announcing a massive package for U.S. farmers. We'll have the details. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
And welcome in a first look at your forecast. We know it's going to be cold and we'll be dealing with some wintry weather. So we have winter weather advisories in the purple here and a winter storm warning. This will go into effect or continue through tomorrow morning. So please, especially if you're to the eastern half of the Upper Peninsula, we're going to run into some snow into the overnight for most of the Upper Peninsula with temperatures into the 20s. Not warming up all that much for tomorrow. We keep things cloudy, but at least the snow starts to taper off. I'll detail everything you need to know for the rest of the week in just a few.
Kelly, thank you very much. The Marquette City Commission has voted to deny further discussions with the Room at the Inn regarding using city property to accommodate for shelter overflow. This follows weeks of discussion, beginning with the commission originally voting unanimously to address the needs of more emergency space. Room at the Inn initially requested the Barriga Gymnasium to be used before it was proposed that the Presque Isle Pavilion be made available for up to 10 beds. According to the city manager, these city facilities are not fit for overnight use, and that accommodations to using the space would also have to include coverages in cleaning, safety, and insurance, which the city cannot meet.
When we talk about public facilities and having public spaces available for the general public, that is making it available for anybody to utilize. And at this point, when we're looking at Presque Isle specifically, we were having that facility available for 10 people. When we think about some of those complications and some of those specifics, it's really difficult to go ahead and have that be an acceptable use for public space.
Room at the Inn denied to give comment on the board's decision. Earlier this year, the federal EPA cuts halted plans for a new solar facility in Escanaba. Now, work is underway on an alternate plan to bring more renewable energy to the city. Our Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons has the story.
Escanaba's electric department is taking advantage of tax incentives available through the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 by introducing the Whitetail Solar Farm.
We decided to go with a 1.4 megawatt AC facility. It'll generate enough energy to supply approximately the amount of energy that 350 residential homes would use.
Right now, crews are clearing land for the panels in the Whitetail Industrial Park, which sits on property the city already owns.
It's been vacant for several years, so we thought this would be an ideal use for this property.
Escanaba City Council approved the purchase of the necessary solar panels just last week.
There are several rules required with the Inflation Reduction Act and the One Big Beautiful Bill. Either a certain amount of construction needs to be completed or the project is committed with a certain amount of payment. We decided to purchase the solar panels because it's the largest part of the project.
The project costs an estimated $3.5 to $4 million, but the city aims to get half of those funds back.
There's a base 30% tax incentive for renewable energy projects. There's an additional 10% available for energy communities, and pretty much the whole Upper Peninsula of Michigan is an energy community. And then if we use domestic products, we will be eligible for an additional 10%.
The project will also go a long way toward helping the city meet the state's renewable energy mandate, requiring Michigan municipalities to go 50% renewable by 2030.
We have an existing solar facility. It's about the same size as what we're planning, slightly smaller, 1.3 megawatts. This will essentially double the amount of solar that we have.
The city will begin construction next summer, and the Whitetail Solar Farm should be up and running that fall. Reporting in Escanaba, Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News.
President Trump today threw a lifeline to farmers struggling to sell crops while getting hit by rising costs. The president met with farmers at the White House and announced a $12 billion farm aid package. Trump says the money will come from tariff revenues. Farmers felt the squeeze after Trump raised tariffs on China as part of a broader trade war with Beijing.
This relief will provide much needed certainty to farmers as they get this year's harvest to market and look ahead to next year's crops. And it'll help them continue their efforts to lower food prices for American families.
Trump also blamed his predecessor for the problem, saying inflation under President Biden crushed farmers. The Trump administration's payments for farmers are scheduled to be distributed in February. Experts predict federal rates might soon get cut again before the new year. If that happens, it could lower interest rates costs for millions of borrowers. The Federal Reserve chairman received criticism from the president earlier this year for not cutting rates, but the chair defended their decision because he says they were trying to manage inflation along with changes in the market due to the president's global trade war. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp previews the upcoming meeting.
This week, the Federal Reserve will meet for a final time before the new year. All eyes are on them, waiting to see if they will make their third consecutive rate cut this year. It could bring the federal funds rate to 3.5 to 3.75 percentage rate. The Fed's decisions on interest rates influence the rates individual borrowers pay for many consumer loans, like car loans, mortgage, credit cards, and personal loans, just to name a few. Ahead of the meeting, reports state a handful of Fed officials have made the case there's not a strong case to cut rates because of concerns about inflation, which still remains slightly above their 2% goal. The president has aired his frustrations with the Fed and its chairman, Jerome Powell, for not cutting rates enough. We asked Senator Dave McCormick, who sits on the Senate's Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee, about Powell's and the Fed's performance.
Looking back at COVID and what's happened, I think they were too slow to raise interest rates, which led to this inflation that was really killing working families. The inflation under Biden was the highest since the 80s, the 9% in 1 year, 22%. So it's too slow to raise them and then too slow to lower them once we got the challenges of COVID past us. So I don't think the central bank's performance has been great during this period.
Powell's term as chairman will end next year. We asked the senator who the president should pick to replace him.
I won't get into speculating who it should be. I think it's very important that our Federal Reserve Chair be independent and look at the data with the Federal Reserve Board and do what's best for the economy, meeting its mandate. And that mandate is price stability, which it deals with inflation, and job creation. That's essentially the dual mandate. And so he's got to pick somebody that's going to have that credibility to do that.
In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky travels to Italy on Tuesday as he tries to bolster European support amid the ongoing war with Russia. The visit follows talks in London with European leaders Monday and a weekend of discussions with U.S. negotiators on a plan to end the conflict. Natalie Brand has the latest from the White House.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky huddled with leaders of France, Germany, and the UK in London Monday.
We stand with Ukraine, and if there's to be a ceasefire, it needs to be a just and lasting ceasefire.
The allies called it a critical moment as negotiations continue over a U.S.-backed peace proposal to end the ongoing war with Russia.
There are some things which we can't manage without Americans, things which we can't manage without Europe.
In a statement following the meeting, the leaders say they instructed their national security advisors to continue discussions in the coming days, saying they must keep up support for Ukraine and economic pressure on Putin. Over the weekend, Russian forces continued to attack. Ukraine says a barrage of drone and missile strikes killed at least 4 people on Sunday. Another hit a residential building, trapping people inside.
Territory has been a key sticking point in the ongoing negotiations. President Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff and son-in-law met with Ukrainian negotiators over the weekend following their meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin last week.
I have to say that I'm a little bit disappointed that President Zelensky hasn't yet read the proposal. That was as of a few hours ago.
Speaking to reporters at the Kennedy Center on Sunday, President Trump indicated he doesn't think Zelensky is ready to sign off on a revised peace proposal.
Russia is, I believe, fine with it, but I'm not sure that Zelensky is fine with it. His people love it.
President Zelensky told Bloomberg News that there's disagreement over the eastern Donbas region. He also says any deal must include security guarantees that protect Ukraine from future Russian attacks.
A Kremlin spokesperson said Russia needs to gain an understanding of the latest negotiations and said the work should be done privately and not in public. Kelly Rowland has your first warning weather forecast when we come back, plus more details on how Michigan hunters are feeding families across the state. And ride service Waymo is in hot water over their use of self-driving taxis. We're back in 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Buckles Party Store, it's where the party starts in Calumet with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckles Party Store in Calumet, it's where the party starts for everyone.
Saving money on everything you need at Menards. Add comfort and warmth to your home with new carpet. Shaw Floors carpet is durable and resistant to stains and wear. Pick up the Huntington Series. On sale for 79 cents a square foot. Check out our huge selection of window images, blinds, and shades. Faux wood blinds at a classic design and offer room darkening, light control. Right now, just $22.99 each. Plus, get them trimmed to width for free in store.
We are here, around the clock, in all weather. This isn't a job, it's a symphony. Mending hope, stocking the shelf, and being distant when we need to be. Understanding feelings. We don't have all the answers, but we're always present. Your home away from home in medical crisis. And your support brings warmth and comfort to families in need. Please donate today and help us make it home.
Get ready for a show-stopping season at the Island Showroom. Experience the holiday spirit with Christmas favorites and heartfelt country hits from Lone Star and Colin Ray. Keep the fun going all winter long with breakout country rocker Corey Kent and his chart-topping hits. Then get ready for big laughs as comedy favorite Jeff Foxworthy takes the stage with his signature Southern charm. And classic rock legends Kansas light up the stage with timeless anthems. Call or log on to buy your Island Showroom tickets today.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Pure Outdoor.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
And welcome back. What a way to start off the week. A solid 17 degrees for the high temperature in Marquette. The average is 29. So yes, we are dealing with wintertime conditions, but even with the average high temperature being below freezing, we were still well below the average. So if you're feeling like it's really cold, it's not just you. It is really cold, but it's all about how we deal with it, how we drive in the snow, how we dress for these cold temperatures that will get us through the winter. The winter storm warnings and advisories are to a minimum, but we still do have most of the eastern Upper Peninsula experiencing this through tomorrow morning. And even when that does expire or taper off, we're not going to be completely done with the snow for this week. So for your first warning weather futurecast, we're going to see a lot of blue on here at times. And if it's not snowing, we're not going to see too much sunshine. So because of that and the constant northern winds, we're not really going to have the opportunity for those rebounding temperatures warming up with the sun. It's going to be overcast and snowy for most of this week. So again, it's how you deal with it. This is maybe a good time to have those winter plans. It's going to be great picture opportunities with the snow. You won't see too much snow for your morning commute tomorrow and the evening as well. But if you're out towards Ironwood, you might get clipped with some of that snow for tomorrow night. Now, Wednesday, the snow does diminish as well, but we're looking at multiple days of little bursts of snow here and there. It's all about impacts over amounts, though. I'll still show you the Future Snow 1 model showing us maybe about 3.5 inches across the Upper Peninsula from now until tomorrow night. But still, driving in 1.6 inches of snow, driving in 2.5 inches of snow, it's all annoying and it's all just tough to get through, and I understand that. Another thing on top of that is the cold temperatures. We know we're going to be discussing some wind chill values sub-zero, not really necessarily for now, but once we get into Wednesday, we get those northern winds into effect. Even if it is 8 miles per hour, that's going to make us feel like it's colder out there because the winds are from the north. I don't probably have to remind you that, but I'm showing you kind of that longer duration of a northern winds that we're going to have into effect. So not too bad necessarily for tomorrow morning, but still sending the kiddos out to the bus stop and yourself heading to work. If you need to scrape snow or ice off of your windshield, you're going to be dealing with temperatures around 10 degrees or below that is what your body's going to be feeling. So this is a look at tomorrow morning. It will feel very cold out there for us. So it's really important, some warning signs for for hypothermia. If you are outside for an extended period of time, if you experience anything like this, confusion, difficulty speaking, stiff muscles, it's really important to listen to your body. Don't ignore these warning signs. It's your body's way of telling you, hey, it's really cold and stuff could be happening very soon, like frostbite or hypothermia. So because we do have a chance of snow basically every day in the forecast and very cold temperatures, I'm giving you homework. Check up on someone, make sure we're all okay, and we'll get through the winter together.
Kelly, thank you again. A decades-old program with Michigan's DNR is donating 140,000 pounds of fresh ground venison to local food banks. Hunters Feeding Michigan connects those with a passion for hunting to those in need during deer season. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more on how you can get involved.
During deer season, Michigan hunters harvest more than 130,000 deer, hundreds of which are donated and eventually make their way onto food pantry shelves to feed Michigan families.
Last fiscal year, October through October, we donated over 140,000 pounds of ground venison to Michigan food banks.
The DNR partners with hunters and meat processors across the state to run the Hunters Feeding Michigan program. 18 butchers from Southwest Michigan to Gladstone accept donated deer. It's free for hunters to participate. They just need to field dress the deer before dropping it off. The meat is then processed and distributed statewide.
The program is really Hunters Feeding Michigan. And it's the hunting community in the state taking care of those folks that need a little help these days.
The program began in 2005 when the DNR started accepting donations through the hunting license system. Donations allow the DNR to pay processors $3 per pound for venison that goes to food drives and pantries.
We'll bring in 500 pounds of ground venison, and that venison is gone within a day.
The program accepts donations through the entirety of deer season, from youth and liberty hunts in September through bow and rifle seasons and into the antlerless season in January.
It's clean, fresh, very lean protein. So it's a hot commodity for us, and we're glad we're able to help out these folks.
The DNR says the program allows hunters to spend more time doing what they love while helping feed families in their own communities. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Waymo, the ride-hailing service, faces new fallout over its self-driving taxis because they don't stop for school buses as the law requires. Waymo says it plans a voluntary software recall to fix the glitch. The company already tried to fix it, but police in Texas say it didn't work. Chris Van Cleave has more.
It's happened again and again in Austin, Texas. Police say it's happened at least 20 times since August. Self-driving Waymos caught on school bus cameras appearing to ignore the bus's flashing red lights and stop signs here as kids are crossing. The latest incident last week came after Waymo said it had installed a software update to address the issue.
It's not fixed. That's the short answer. It's not fixed.
This is video of that incident. The Waymo stopping, but only after it passed the front of the school bus. The company says it's working to understand what occurred and improve.
The programming did not recognize what a vehicle is supposed to do around a stopped school bus with students loading and unloading.
In a statement, Waymo's chief safety officer says while we are incredibly proud of our strong safety record, holding the highest safety standards means recognizing when our behavior should be better. The company says there's been no injuries in these incidents and its vehicles will remain on the roads, but it will file a voluntary safety recall this week as staff continue analyzing our vehicle's performance and making necessary fixes.
So we're getting on the freeway.
Last year, we rode with Waymo's engineers in Phoenix as they were preparing to launch its new freeway service.
So the bar is to make as few mistakes as possible and be safer than a human driver would be.
Waymo just drove around the school bus.
In October, federal regulators began an investigation after video surfaced of a similar school bus incident in Atlanta.
Still to come on your 19 News, students at NMU are presenting their final projects for finals week. We'll hear about their hard work when we come back.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, there's a lot to love. Did it hit your spirit? Right in the shine or not? The biggest stars. Clock it. Mariah Carey! Incredible performances. You got them going. Inspiring stories.
Connection has no color. It's my brother.
I hope y'all feel the love.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 4 on WZMQ CBS. Followed by The Kelly Clarkson Show at 5 and 19 News at 6.
My family's been in business for 70 plus years. We really needed to stress that this is not just a running store. Our running shoes are good for everybody.
It's about the people out in the community who are in the workforce. All those people really benefit from the proper footwear and structure that a running shoe can provide.
They might come in limping, almost like a miracle, walk out of here dancing. It's more than shoes. There's a caring that doesn't exist in a lot of businesses anymore.
We know you're wondering, what's Jack's Crew up to now? Our brand new barbecue menu is smoking, with plates all week and big platters on the weekend. Every Friday night, dive into the Drunken Fisherman, featuring unique fish dishes and sauces you won't find anywhere else. Ready for hunting camp? 4 racks of our award-winning ribs. Plus, order ahead at our take and bake favorites: lasagna, chicken pot pie, brisket, a fresh soup and salad bar, perfect as a meal or an add-on, and more. Jack's Restaurant on Main Street in Rapid River.
'Twas a cold winter night with snow all around when Santa's old sleigh made a sputtering sound. In need of repair, Barron's Auto nearby, the shopkeep was stunned when Santa arrived. With a smile and some cocoa, they got right to work, fixing the sleigh with a magical perk. If your car's in a bind and needs expert care, trust Barron's Auto to get you there. Barron's Auto wishes you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. A week of holiday cheer is underway in downtown Marquette, where the Downtown Farmers Market is launching its first ever week-long Yule Market. Our own John Truitt reports on day 1 of this holiday tradition.
It's a new twist on what used to be just a 2-day event, now expanded to 6 straight days of shopping, celebration, and holiday magic.
It keeps the farmers market feel going, but indoors, so you don't have to be super cold. There are some great shops outside, but you can check those out and then come inside and warm up with the fire. So it's super nice.
Beginning today, the Marquette Commons transforms each afternoon into a winter village, complete with toasty fires, free s'mores, and dozens of vendors offering everything from food to artwork to handmade jewelry and unique holiday gifts. Organizers say the idea is simple: create a signature seasonal destination and give people more chances to come out and support your local artisans.
You're supporting many local creators that have so many unique products to share that you can't find anywhere else.
Some nights carry their own themes. Tuesday features date night in downtown Marquette, encouraging couples and friends to stroll the commons and shop together. Wednesday brings sweater shenanigans, inviting everyone to bundle up in their most festive and, yes, ugly sweaters. Throughout the week, anywhere between 18 and 25 vendors rotate through the market, keeping each night fresh.
It said in the application, do you want to be indoors or outdoors? And I just told the guy, I'm easygoing. I just want to be a part of the festivities.
In Marquette, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
NMU students in the School of Health and Human Performance presented their research projects today. As part of their final exam week, students in the Masters of Athletic Training and Exercise Science programs presented on topics covering nutritional timing, trainer wellness, and concussion educational protocols, among others. One student told us countless hours of hard work from across the semester led to this presentation, but it was fulfilling to see just how hard his cohort worked.
All semester, it was always on the back of our minds with the rest of our course load, the clinical experience we need to get. This research project was something that just about daily we're adding something to it or constantly working on it, and we know it's the same way for our classmates. I think it's pretty cool being able to see what everybody was working on all semester and see it all come together and how we share more than we thought we did.
Across the full-day symposium, around 20 students presented their various partnered and solo research projects. New developments in the possible media mega merger in the works between Netflix and Warner Brothers. Another serious suitor has entered the picture. Paramount Skydance, the parent company of CBS, announced what's known as a hostile takeover bid for the century-old movie studio and other businesses it owns. Jolene Kent has the details from Hollywood.
It's a $108 billion cash offer for all of Warner Brothers Discovery. Paramount Skydance, the parent company of CBS News, went around Warner Brothers and straight to its shareholders in an attempt to stop Netflix. 3 days after the streaming giant announced it struck a deal to buy most of Warner Brothers for $83 billion. Paramount CEO David Ellison said the Netflix Warner Brothers deal would create a media giant that would stifle competition.
When you combine the #1 streamer with the #3 streamer, that creates a company that has unprecedented market power. That's bad for Hollywood. That's bad for the creative community. That's bad for consumers.
Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos responded today.
We have a deal done. We're super confident we're going to get it across the line and finish.
Paramount's offer is funded in part by the Ellison family, Middle Eastern sovereign wealth funds, a Chinese tech giant, and the private equity firm of President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Billionaire Oracle chairman Larry Ellison is a longtime friend and supporter of President Trump. Today, the president, who recently met with the Netflix co-CEO, weighed in.
None of them are particularly great friends of mine. You know, I want to do what's right.
Puck journalist Matt Bellany says for consumers, a Netflix win could mean fewer films released in theaters and likely fewer studios if Paramount wins.
What we've seen in media mergers typically is when one player exits the market, prices go up, choice goes down.
Paramount's offer to WBD shareholders expires in about a month on January 8th. They'll have to make a decision before then, but regardless of which way this goes, expect heavy regulatory scrutiny from the DOJ and the FTC.
She already dominated the music industry, and now Taylor Swift is the star of a new comic book, plus a look at Golden Globes contenders. Gwen Bumgarner has tonight's entertainment headlines.
Award season is gearing up with Golden Globe nominations out today.
Hello, is anyone there? Is the board on?
Early industry predictions have dramas like Severance, White Lotus, and The Pit as being the ones to watch, as dozens of popular shows and films hope to win big. For 2025, The Bear was the most nominated show, taking home 1 win. The Golden Globes air on CBS January 11th. Add a Lifetime Achievement Award to Shirley MacLaine's legacy. This Hollywood triple threat was just recognized at the inaugural Dance Hall of Fame ceremony. MacLaine was recognized alongside director and choreographer Kenny Ortega.
It means everything. I mean, it's like one of the great honors of my life to be standing in the light with these legends who've inspired and mentored and taught me so much throughout my life and career.
Ortega was one of 10 inductees into the Hall of Fame, an honor that included dancers like Misty Copeland and the late Gene Kelly. Their love story is one for the books. Comic books, that is. This is a first look at the publication called Fame, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, A Love Story. The comic illustrates the journey from the couple's first meeting to their engagement. A portion of the sales will be donated to the Humane Society. It will be released on December 13th, which is Taylor Swift's birthday.
Now stay tuned. When we come back, Kelly has our final look at weather.
Hard Rock is a name built to last. Michigan knows something about that. The Hard Rock Bet Casino app, that's built on trust too. So what you see when you sign up is actually what you get.
Don't believe it? Try the app yourself. If you're not up after 24 hours playing slots, then you get up to $1,000 back to play again.
Plus, you get 200 bonus spins to play Huff and More Puff. Wins paid in cash. No catch.
Hard Rock Bet Casino is here, Michigan. Roll with us.
Download the Hard Rock Bet Casino app today.
The stars of the movie Hamnet, Paul Mescal and Jessie Buckley. It's so good.
How could you not love him? It was like really hard to go to work every day.
I heard that to blow off steam, what did you do? Uh-oh, can you share on daytime? Plus comedian Matt Rogers.
I brought my Grinch shoes, but not my Grinch attitude.
Next, Kelly.
Get ready.
We're bringing sorry.
Get ready.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ CBS.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Individual and adventurous. Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure Outdoor.
Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News.
I'm Corporal Klinger.
That must be me, sir.
I tried everything to get out of the Army.
What's the big idea, Klinger?
I was a tree.
I would have made it if not for that dog.
I got pregnant.
Should someone in your condition be smoking a cigar?
And of course, I wore a dress or two.
Sir.
But I never got out, which means you can watch more of me on MeTV.
MASH, weekdays and Sundays at 7 on MeTV 19.1. Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
And a final look at your forecast. No matter your plans for tomorrow, you're headed outside, you're staying in. Make sure we are dressing for colder weather and make sure the heat is working in your house. Cold and some snow here and there. Some bursts are going to be the theme for the next few days. So we'll keep the snow to a minimum for the most of Tuesday, but we are going to see some snow into the overnight and then another round for your Wednesday morning. So just make sure to take into account headed out the door anytime this week. Maybe just leave at least 5 minutes to at least get the heated seats on and warm up and kind of prepare for the day. We are in a cold stretch and we will continue with these below average temperatures. The 6 to 10 day temperature outlook does show that we're trending well below average. And as soon as you get a wind in there, remember the wind chill values, it's going to make it feel much colder than it actually is. So even with these below average temperatures, that means the feels like will be into the low teens, single digits, and maybe even sub-zero into the overnight. So please make sure to check up on someone, take care of yourself, take care of others, and I'll have more in your forecast right back here tomorrow.
Sounds good, Kelly. Thank you very much. And finally tonight, hundreds gathered at NMU's Northern Center this weekend as the Learning to Walk Together powwow filled the arena with dance, color, and community. Visitors moved between dancers in regalia, drum groups, and vendors offering beadwork, jewelry, and handmade art. As tribes from across the region came together, organizers say the event continues to grow in partnership and participation.
It's only been the last 3 years that the Sioux tribe and have been partnering with them. And this year and last year we had KBIC join us. And this year also Bay Mills has joined us in with this.
Attendees were also encouraged to donate non-perishable food items, helping to support NMU's food pantry and students facing food insecurity. That's it for now. We'll see you tomorrow.
Update your home with new GE appliances from Kirkish Furniture and Houghton. GE appliances are built to last, have print-resistant finishes, and offer high performance with energy efficiency. Kirkish has a large selection for both kitchen and laundry. Free delivery and 0% financing.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
The kids, they got Santa. My goal, gifts for adults.